thank you very much. I would like to spend the next, some 25 minutes or so to try and find an answer to an easy question. Isn't the banking experience too serious to be left to bankers? And this is kind of questions we're trying to answer and to work with the work we do in Vienna, because we think this is a very important answer. But let's start with the good news. So the good news is that the very idea of customer experience eventually made it to the banking radar. This is just like the last issue of the EFMA journal, and you see that they spent a lot of time and lots of pages to discuss how banks can meet customer expectations. So this is great news. So a quote is, the subject of customer experience in retail banking has never been more important. Why? Because customer behaviors, expectations, and needs are changing very fast, and competitive pressure is growing, not only from inside the industry, and we saw this morning in a couple of presentations, but also from non-traditional players, the PayPal and the Facebook, who are increasingly claiming a share of the wallet of our customers. Okay, so the idea is that the promise of customer experience in the banking industry is that if we stay focused on it, if we put a lot of effort, then we may achieve sustainable growth and profitability. It doesn't matter whether you are an incumbent, a traditional bank, or whether you are a new entrant, a direct bank. The idea is that playing with the very concept of customer experience by standardizing product, simplifying processes, simplify product structure, consolidating platforms, desealing channels, you will eventually get to a new El Dorado, golden age for the banking industry. Well, these are the good news. Let's go and see what is the reality. So I would just like to spend a couple of minutes just like describing what our customers are telling us when we ask them what is the role of banking in their life. And basically, and this is a focus group we run in Lviv like a couple of years ago, very nice picture, and very nice, great focus group. Well, basically, the answer that our customers are giving us is that banking is not a desirable experience at all. Why? Well, it is not a desirable experience in the branch. Why? Because we fall short of comfort and personalization. These are the results of this qualitative research we run here in Ukraine, where we ask people to, you see these cards, so on these cards we wrote the names of some retailing outlets. And we ask our customers to try and figure out how to map their shopping experience in these retailing outlets and provide us with their understanding. So the first result was that people, when they're facing how to classify their shopping experience, they make basically two major distinctions. The first one is whether the service the experience is comfortable or whether this is not comfortable. And the other side, and the second distinction is whether they're getting a personalized service, they're treated as individuals or just like they're simply treated as a mass customer. And the result is this. So you see in the nice top quadrant, we have car showrooms, spas and beauty salons. We have cinemas, theaters, bars, internet cafes. In the mass, people perceive these services as being mass services, but still very comfortable, the experience they get there. In the lower part, we have trading centers, pharmacies, hospitals, dry cleaning, and post office. And my question is to you, can you tell me where is the bank branch in this map? Down. Correct. So, for most people, going to a branch is pretty much like going to a dry cleaning or going to a pharmacy. It's uncomfortable, it's boring, you're forced to go there, but you don't want to go there. Okay, that's very interesting in terms of a result. So we saw branch experience sucks. is the on-screen experience any better? So are banks capable of providing a better experience on-screen as opposed to what they provide in the branch? Well, basically, the answer is yes. This is our internet banking for the CEE. Well, basically, the answer is no. On-screen banking experience remains definitely very poor. Our customers actually dislike it. No surprise. Well, then the point is that this is a serious problem for us. It's a serious problem for us now where on-screen experience is not playing a very crucial role, but still we are facing a situation where we have 65% of our customers who do use the internet and only some 20-25 that are using remote services. So this is a problem now. It's going to be a huge problem in the future when a transition to on-screen experience will be significantly bigger. We saw trends from different parts of CIS countries, and they are just like telling, this is big and this is growing. So the future is going to be most likely a future that is where interaction with screens are more frequent and more relevant than interaction with human beings in most of retailing experience. So here, as bankers, we have to ask one question. Can we set the standards of what our customers get on our screens? So do we have enough trust, credibility, and skills to set this experience? Well, the answer is basically no. Why? Well, there are basically three reasons. First, unlike the ATM or unlike the branch, the internet is more than a banking channel for most of our customers. Less than 1% of the online time is spent on a banking website. And this has two implications. So expectations about what a customer gets on our banking site are not forged, are not created by what we do as bankers, but what happens on the 99% of the time that our customers are spending somewhere else, on Facebook, on social media, or Amazon, or anywhere. Second, we have to compete for just like the 1% of our customer time, and the attention is scarce. Users do not pay any credit to us, and we saw some very interesting data this morning about trust and confidence in the banking industry. The second reason why we're not good at creating a decent on-screen online experience is that banks are actually organizations that rely strongly on oral culture. This is amazing to say, but this is it. Whenever you design a process that is based on individuals. You rely on bank staff being capable of changing or managing the customer interaction in a way that if there is something unpredictable taking place, yeah, you always find a way to cope with this. So you basically sketch processes on a canvas without detailing each and every single step of this process. And the result is that, okay, you get this kind of experience, so you may have any problem here, and when a situation occurs, the bank staff can always be smart enough to say, okay, I'll get back to you as soon as I find a solution. I make sure this is not going to take long. Well, this is online, you cannot do, unfortunately. Why? Because when you design a process online, you have to design this process end-to-end, taking into consideration all possible developments. If you leave something out, there is no way that the user can act upon this. And the point is that if you don't do this properly, the customer is just like one click away from getting anywhere else. And this is the result. So I was just like looking for a branch on a competitor's mobile banking, and I got this reply, check what you're looking for. Would you ever say any of your customer anything like this? You treat like the customer like a dog? Not nice. Okay, third, and this is something that was also mentioned in Evgeny's presentation before. Developing an on-screen experience involves like bringing together people who are not usually, or different organizational units that are not used to work in close cooperation. So this is just like a very standard description of what is designing a user experience. You see, you go from visual design, that is usually brand management and communication, and you go down to information design, that is just like basically multi-channel people, and you go down to the user needs and the side objectives. So it would be CEO, general manager, marketing, segments, being involved and working in close cooperation with IT also supporting us. Well, and this is getting even more complex because we saw before, you don't only have to design your own, the screens you own, so your web portal, your mobile banking application, but you also have to be on social media. Why? Because before customers get to your website, they will go to social media. They will set their own expectations on social media. They will come to your own screen and on screens, and then when they're done, they will go back to social media and they will report to other customers the kind of experience they had. So if you want to just like have your customers as your best advocates, you have to cover this customer journey end to end. And this is very, very difficult, but it's very important because the brand satisfaction is the sum of all brand experiences minus the brand expectations. So experiences is what customers do get on your own media, so your public website, your internet banking, your mobile banking. Expectations are something that is set before on social media and on other premises. So now we are facing a problem. If you ask your customers about the kind of experience they get about the internet banking, they will say, well, like this lady here in the Moscow underground, when I enter my online banking, I don't want just to see my account. I want to enter my bank. Yeah. So we have to think about an entirely new on-screen banking experience. Our customers do a lot of Web 2.0, and they're getting used to like Groupon, Mashups, one-click, rich media, putting things on the cloud. Well, basically what they're looking for is what Forrester calls a super, so simple, ubiquitous, personal, and empowering, reassuring online or on-screen experience. And in order for us to get there, we have to shift from an understanding of what we put on our screens as being mostly transactional services designed for PCs and so for large screens in the office or at home, to a very different experience where we grow in pre-sales and sales functionalities and in customer support and relationship management. And overall, not only we grow in terms of how many functionalities we do provide, but we grow in user experience, so in making things easier. And for sure, a big transition that we have to consider is that when you design a service, you better start designing this for mobile screens, so for tablets and for smartphones, because if you look at growth rate, you see that in penetration, you see that these two channels or these two screens are getting increasingly more important day after day. So, well, this is a difficult challenge because we need to, what we need to achieve is a desirable experience for our customers. And desirable is a word or is a concept that puts together three different dimensions: usability, pleasurability, and utility. So how is it to interact with the service, how pleasurable this interaction is from an emotional point of view, and how useful this is at the functional level? Well, this is not that easy. So I try to put some suggestions or some lessons learned out of our experience back in Vienna. So there are basically 10 things you can consider doing. So first of all, manage exceptions, not be overwhelmed by them. Second, get rid of functionalities that appeal bankers, but customers barely use, other functionality that users miss. Third, rearrange and prioritize functionalities according to user expectations. Simplify overall navigation, streamline processes, and reduce clicks. Provide additional tools to help customers manage their money, like PFM. Create context for commercial call to actions. Always offer remote interaction with staff. Use natural language, avoid banking jargon, and last but not least, steal as much as you can from the online best experiences. Well, I tried to put like some very quick pictures about this. This is a picture, this is a screenshot of our Italian website. There are 44 links. You stay on this page for less than a minute. So it's basically you have to process 54 links in less than a minute. Is this good? No. This is a good example of how we have to get rid of a functionality that appeal bankers but customers barely use. Put only what customers are actually looking for. This is the result of organizational fight. It's not the result of market research. So users dislike. Second, add functionality that users miss. This is an example from our mobile banking application. So people are just like, they need to take to share their bank details. So we put like this icon here. You click on this, you get to the screen here where you have your bank details. You can just like copy and then you can send it via email. Easy peasy. We were just like simply replying to what our users were asking us. Reduce click, leveraging shortcuts. So are you familiar with this nice mobile banking application? Whenever you have to navigate, you have to click on the menu back 25 times. Yeah, this is where you can solve this. So we simply put this UniCredit logo on all screens of our new mobile banking application. You click on it and you get to a menu and you can navigate. So instead of going click, back, you click once and then you're done. You click twice actually. Use natural language, avoid banking jargon. I just like put something here in English, but that is coming from Tumblr, but we're doing quite a lot of work on this and it's amazing. Whenever we test what the bankers write with customers, well, we struggle. We think that we're talking like a machine language. They don't understand us. So there are some very good examples how we can simplify our language. And it's very difficult because it's also very local. Provide additional tools to help customers manage their money. And here there are some screenshots of a concept we are working on about PFM. And we say, you know, PFM are these very complex things. You think that we put dashboards, we put like this is rocket science, and we try to make it simple. So we try with this metaphor. So all the data, your financial data here, and so on the lower part you have budgets and goals, in the upper part you have a financial overview. And this is working so you can interact with this, you can set up your budgets in a very easy way, and then if you have any problem you see this immediately. So it's not to say that we would go for this, but this is a concept that we're testing. And this is a very fast way to convey information to our customers, more than I can show you lots of horrible things that we saw online. Simplify overall navigation. So these are some sketches for our mobile banking application. We started thinking about, oh, how can we include additional functionalities, do very clever things, and we had long menus, and then we say, well, why don't we try and simply play with simplified navigation that is gesture-based? Yeah, we've been working on this. We adopted consistent interaction patterns. And we came up to these infographics that is telling basically how you can navigate throughout a very complex mobile banking application. We tested this with customers. We realized that it was much easier than anything based on menu. And this is the end result. I think you can play for this for me, or can I do this? Can you click on the video? Yeah. Okay, so there is no video. I'm sorry. I can send you the YouTube link where you can see this video, but I just wanted to show the end result. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.